What is great bodily injury under California law? Today I'm going to be talking about what that means and some examples of it. My name is Veronica. I am a criminal defense attorney here in Los Angeles, and I help people who have been arrested put their criminal cases behind them so that they can enjoy their lives and their freedom. And today I'm going to be talking about what great bodily injury means under California law. So first of all, if you're watching this video and you see that there's maybe a GBI enhancement on your charges or the charges of someone you love, what that means is that if convicted of that crime, that person is facing an additional 3 to 6 years in prison. Now that is facing. That doesn't mean that that's necessarily what you get. There are potential plea bargains that can be reached that include dropping the enhancement. You can still potentially get probation, but that is basically worst case scenario. Now, great bodily injury means a significant or substantial physical injury. And the next question, of course, is, well, what the heck does that mean? So under California law, it is actually up to a jury to decide whether an injury counts as that. When the law was originally written in the 1970s, they actually did list out types of great bodily injury, but since then they have removed that and basically left it up to a jury to decide. So what has counted as great bodily injury is broken bones, concussions, gunshot wounds, kind of on that one, contusions, which is bruising, and this one is actually really big, second and third degree burns. Now, what we often see, because this is left to the jury, is that if someone has bruising, and I see this come up frequently in 273.5 charges, this is domestic violence charges, sometimes the prosecution will add on this enhancement of great bodily injury. And let's say right now I don't think I have any on my arm, but generally I will, just because I'm a clumsy person, I will have, a bruise or two somewhere on my body. And sometimes the cops will see that, they'll take pictures of it, and even when the alleged victim says, hey, that's because I ran into a door because I'm clumsy, the prosecution will use that photo and say, oh wow, this is great bodily injury, look how bad that bruise is. And some people like me just have pale skin and a clumsy disposition where you end up with bruises on your body at any given moment, and that can actually be used to add this enhancement. Now, some examples of great bodily injury include broken bones, a black swollen eye with bruising. These are things that courts have upheld as for sure great bodily injury. Blistering and second degree burns, contusions, which is the bruising with swelling and severe discoloration, bloody knees, abrasions, and vaginal soreness resulting from rape. Although, interestingly enough, one thing that does not count as a great bodily injury is pregnancy resulting from rape if it wasn't the intention of the rapist to cause the pregnancy. I don't know. I mean, I think that's, if bloody knees count and vaginal soreness counts, I mean, pregnancy is probably going to cause some vaginal soreness at some point. It's going to cause stretch marks, like what have you. So I don't know that I agree with that one, but this is mainly old judges deciding this shit. What do they know? Almost passing out from strangulation. So those are all things that count as GBI. But I mean, what's a little bit scary if you're a criminal defendant is that, when the prosecution adds this enhancement, you can't really generally get rid of it unless you can get a judge to get rid of it, perhaps at a preliminary hearing or after a preliminary hearing with a 995 motion, or at trial. So when the prosecution adds this enhancement, they're basically increasing their leverage against you, because the possible penalty if you do go to trial and lose now is so much higher. So it is important, if you do have that GBI added to your case, to subpoena medical records and to really fight the case as strongly as possible to increase your leverage, so you're not just faced with the prosecution stacking the deck against you without you having anything. I hope that this video has helped you. If you do have a criminal case in Los Angeles County, feel free to book a consultation with me down below or simply give me a call.